the difference between the experienced returning players and the developmental young players? Is there a bigger gap there?
Well, I think for us, obviously, we are a year further ahead than where we were with the first scrimmage a year ago. And more than anything, you try to compare where you were at in each phase of your spring. I thought kids handled it, not a lot of issues pre-snap on both sides of the football for the most part. I thought they were efficient in the way they communicated, getting lined up, in particular on the defensive side of the football. I thought our young guys actually handled the day pretty well. There's some competitive plays at the end of some of those situations where they got a chance to make a play and maybe didn't do it. But, that comes with growth and more opportunities and learning.
Was there any of the younger players that did stick out to you?
Before you go watch film, I think that's, in some ways unfair. I thought Squirrel did a really good job out there today. Made multiple plays, operated really efficient, didn't feel like the tempo or the game was too fast for him at any point. Really, really positive day for him.
Coach, how would you assess Justin Williams-Thomas' ability to pass protect thus far, and how can you grow in that area?
It's a point of emphasis for us as an entire offense of unit. The pass protection has got to continue to clean up. At the running back position, everybody that we have on campus has to continue to make strides in that. Going back and through self-scout, I feel like that's an area that can clean up the pocket, make us more efficient, play ahead of the chains, and give us an opportunity to push the football down the field. As a young running back, any running back that comes into your program, it's one of the areas playing without the football that all of them have to grow in. You just look at high school football and their pass protection responsibilities, what they're seeing from the other side of the football. It's drastically different at this level, and it's something that we work on every day at this point in spring ball in position drills and then do some crossover, good on good running backs, linebackers, and we throw tight ends in there too. We got to continue to grow.
You mentioned Squirrel. How big was this opportunity for him and those other freshman receivers, and also some of those guys maybe to play a lot last year, a chance to go out there and make connected plays?
The opportunity is big for everybody. Every position's up, man. You got to go compete. You got to earn it, and it's important. Nobody in your program can rest on anything. What happened a year ago, what happened a day ago, what happened in the previous play, none of that matters. And so being able to reset, compete the right way is something that we're emphasized with our entire roster. For our young guys, it's a great opportunity to understand what the feel, the flow, and the speed of the game actually is going to be like on game day. For them, I expect them to make huge strides from the first scrimmage to the second scrimmage, just like they have as soon as we put pads on. Felt like they've continued to grow every single day.
Josh, I know you haven't seen the film, but what's your initial thought on the line of scrimmage, particularly that offensive tackle from the pass protection?
The pass protection side of it, with the 1s and 2, feel like they did a pretty good job throughout the course of the day. It's unfair until you go watch it. In some of the competitive situations, I thought the defense did a really good job of getting off of the field. When we were driving the football, a couple of third down situations where they're able to create a stop and get off the field, maybe force a field goal, and then 4 minutes for the 1s and 2s, or for the 1s, I should say, defensively. Those guys did a nice job getting off the field.
Scrimmage aside, just your thoughts on that left tackle battle through the first week and a half.
Yeah, that left tackle position, that's going to continue to be a battle. I said it earlier, nobody's got a safe spot, right? There's competition every day. The better we become as a program, the deeper your roster becomes, and that competitiveness takes place at every position. I feel like those guys have made strides during our offseason. I feel like they have really made strides here over the last 2 or 3 days when we've gotten into full pads.
What did you see from the quarterbacks today?
Operating efficiently. I thought Hendon did a great job throughout the course of the day. Made some really nice decisions inside of the pocket. Getting to through his progression in a really good way and being able to drop the football off. I thought Joe did some really positive things. Was able to extend some drives and make some plays. Taven, there were some really good things. He's continued to progress, as we've gone through the first 6 days, and today being a scrimmage, there's going to be a lot of things for him at the quarterback position, operationally, when it's time to get rid of the football, not take a sack. there's going to be some opportunities for him to really grow.
Josh, your thoughts on the cornerback spot? I know you're undermanned there. Cornerback, yeah, with Christian Charles and Desmond Williams.
Yeah, we're thin right now, and as we rep throughout the course of the day, some of those guys are having to double up, with 2s and 3 reps. I feel like those guys that are getting the bulk of the reps have done a really nice job. You mentioned Christian Charles. He's a guy that inside of our program we continue to feel better and better about just because of the performance. He's a great kid, going to be a phenomenal leader inside of our program. He's got great work habits, completely added or changed his body during the offseason and the lead up to spring ball. Had a great first 7 weeks in the strength and conditioning portion of it, and you see him getting more and more reps and more comfortable through that rep progression here on the grass.
We've heard about the freshman receivers. What about the returning guys that are trying to win starting spots? Jalen Hyatt, those sort of guys.
Yeah, Jalen's made a huge jump, different mindset, different focus because of that, different work habits. Unbelievable off-season strength and conditioning before we got to competing on the grass. He's continuing to get better, playing in competitive situations, understanding how to do the things that we want to do at the wide receiver position, playing without the football in his hands. He's become a much more physical football player since he's changed his body, and those two things go together hand in hand in gaining confidence, and that shows up in the way that he's played. Jimmy Holiday's done some really great things as well, and the competition is going to be ongoing at the wide receiver position, and those guys all got to continue to grow.
Josh, I'm sure you always want more, but what have you thought about the way you guys have affected the quarterback, either today or in other team settings?
Yeah, I thought a day ago in our third down set, defensively did a really nice job of affecting and collapsing the quarterback, winning some one-on-one situations. Today, at times, that showed up as well. Obviously, I got to go back and watch the video to see more of it. But that's an emphasis for us, and it's something that we're going to have to constantly and continually grow in. We got to be able to affect the quarterback. You got to be able to do that with pressure, but you got to also do it with a 4-man rush. And that's something that's got to help us, and as we need to grow. Just looking at our self-scout and our third and long package from a year ago.
Did you see how the run game did today, both sides, just without having seen it, and just your thoughts?
There were some big runs that popped. I didn't think we were probably as consistent efficiently throughout the course of the days that we would want to be. Hopefully that's attributed to what we're doing on the defense side of football too. If it's ever one-sided, as we go through this thing, we're going to be in trouble. I thought there was give and take on both sides of the football.
With the linebacker play so far, I know you're continuing to grow depth there, and it's early linebacker play.
Yeah, a lot of guys that are back, right? That played a ton of football last year. Thought they had a really good off-season. That strength, size has shown up. I think they're more comfortable, have their eyes in better places on keys. They're being more efficient with their movement, doing a better job of defeating blocks. Block destruction is something that's critical for us defensively. Got to continue to grow that's true for our second-level players. It's a group that has become more consistent in just their behavior off the field and who they are and how they're doing everything. And that's showing up in how they play, too.
You have experienced specialists on special teams, but what else stands about return game, coverage, anything like that?
Yeah, experience and love those guys, how they've competed, how they've continued to grow. Paxton's put on 12 pounds during his offseason, changed his body, continued to keep his flexibility. He's healthy. A year ago was dinged up, and that's why he didn't have the kickoff duties a year ago. Continues to get healthy. Expect him to have a phenomenal year. He's extremely focused on what he wants to accomplish and where he wants to go. Chase has done a great job as well. We've put him in a bunch of pressure kick situations. Did that a year ago too. He's handled it and banged it really well.
So is Paxton trying to win back that kickoff duty role?
Yeah, for sure. He wants that job, and so good competition there.
How much of a shock is the tempo to the freshmen when they get here on offense? And is this the point where you start to see them adjust a little bit more to it?
The tempo's hard. They're learning the speed of the game, and then they're learning, and when I'm talking about that, I'm just talking about all 11 guys, how the movement happens, and then they're learning, how fast the game is played from the whistle until the next snap, and being able to reset assignment, alignment, and get your eyes on your keys. It happens really fast for them, continues to slow down hopefully every single day. I think our young players, the way we handle their off season, being prepared for the first day, handle some things in a really positive way. The pads come on, the speed and physicality of the game changes for them. They got to adjust to that. Don't get lost, don't get discouraged in the moment. This is a process that you got to go through, have great urgency in it, be confident in who you are as a player and how you're going to grow. The thing that I love about our young guys that have come into the program is we've seen each and every one of them make strides from day to day. Got a long ways to go, but it's been fun seeing them work. Today was the first time coaches truly off the field, the entire time. You just got to play out on your own. And I thought there were a lot of positives in the way that they handled themselves. There's plays for them to make that they didn't make today. It's a part of just being comfortable and confident and playing within yourself. As the game slows down, they'll be able to make those plays.
You talked about comfortable. A number of people have pointed out the off-season leadership program where I guess you could put guys in an uncomfortable situation. Can you explain how you guys do that?
Yeah, uncomfortable in that, if you're going to be a leader, you got to be out in front. You got to be able to communicate. You got to be able to, say the things that are positive, say the things that are negative. Be, clear and honest in your communication. No different than coaches. We try to be in those things as well. I've seen them take strides, and unique this year in that we put some young guys in some of those roles as well, where they're kind of shadowing the older guys. I think our team connection, our team building, our leadership took a huge stride in the first 7 weeks. It was a point of emphasis for us. We spent every Wednesday on that. It showed up in how we practice, and coaches are going to constantly coach and seek out everything. What's been fun with this group is that sometimes as a coach you can't get to the player before a teammate is getting with that player and correcting him too, and the ownership's got to happen from within. Championship seasons happen because there's leadership at a championship level from within. Man, it's got to be player driven, and our guys are starting to take more ownership in that.
You mentioned some of the young guys that stepping up in those leadership roles. Any that stand out?
Yeah, I mean, the young guys are just continuing to grow into those things. I think you're trying to build it from the bottom up, not just the top level. And our daily habits have dramatically and greatly improved, obviously from where we were a year ago, but in most ways from where we finished the season too. And all those things play into who we are and how we grow as a football family.
Thank you.
All right, guys.